Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be working on the Patchwork Christmas journal. As you can see, I've got my Stamperia paper pad at the ready. I'd like to try and make something with this, a pocket or two, not sure quite what at the moment. And I've got some red cardstock to go with it, but at the moment I'm just going to put that aside because I would like to finish off this pocket flip thing that we made as part of Roxy's weekly challenge. So I made one for the pink Christmas journal, but I want to make one for this journal. So I made the basic flip thing with the envelope in the Roxy's weekly challenge. So all I've got to do really is decorate it. So I've been playing around with my printer and the kit. So I've been printing off the various pages in different sizes. I've been doing, like, this is 4 to a page. I think I did 6 to a page, and I've done it at different percentages. That's the full size. I think that's at 75%. Just that I've got different options for decorating things, because there is no, in the kit, there are no real, what do you call them, like collage papers that you could just tear up. The only one really that you could do that with is this one, which is the only one. So I didn't really want to keep using that for collagey things. So I thought I'd just try playing around with these, making them smaller and more usable in a smaller format. So I think I might come back to this when I've got some scraps to play with. But I think this, the inside is, we usually do that as sort of more general writing space. So what have I got? I have got some Christmas. I've got all the papers here, and many of them are full size. Some of them are printed double-sided, which were upside down, so they're no good. But I could, see this one, printed the writing paper upside down. So I could use that. I've got a couple of those where the writing side was printed upside down, so I could use that for this page, couldn't I? And so it would still be Christmassy, but it will have that clear area to either write on or stick photos on or whatever. So I think I'll trim that down to about, now did we go over the edge? Not really. I think I'd like to keep it pretty much, I might take it a little over just so we don't get that blue showing, because we're not going to see this side. This is going to be stuck down to the page, so actually I could take it right across there. Okay. So I'm filming this on the Sunday morning, the day we've had our clocks have just gone back. So, and it's a really miserable day. It's absolutely been chucking it down with rain since I came in here. So it's not, the light isn't great, so I thought I'd better crack on and get on with this, because the light is going to disappear much earlier than it used to. As I think I mentioned in my last video, once the clocks go back, it really starts getting dark early in the afternoons, which is usually when I come in here to film, because I like to get other things done in the morning. But I'll have to change my habits, won't I? Right, so I'm just figuring out. So this is going to flip around, and it's going to be, so I could take this over the top a little bit. I might not take it all the way over the top, but I might take it a bit. I know, I'm always coughing. It's just a tickle. I just seem to have this tickly cough whenever I start talking on camera. I don't cough all the time, honest. And I've got it upside down, like the paper was upside down. which means I'm going to... It won't really be that effective if I did that. Oh, I should have kept it, shouldn't I? Then I could have wrapped this around this way. No, I'm not going to wrap it around right there because I've got it wider, haven't I, than the... So I'm going to have to trim it. Yep, okay, just thinking it through. So just glue it on the other side and let's get cracking. Yeah, it's a really miserable morning. Still, the last 2 days I've had to film with the blinds down because it's been so bright. I've not been able to, the sun's been right in my eyes. So we have had a couple of really nice autumn days. But inevitably the weather is going to change. We're right at the end of October now. And again, I have no idea how much filming I'll get done after today because this week the next big next big job starts in all our bathroom renovation. Well, when I say the renovations, we're getting the bathroom fitted out. They've already prepared the room. The builders who came and did the kitchen also prepared the bathroom, which is right next door to the kitchen downstairs. We've had the bathroom made bigger. And, yep, look, glued far too much because I'm going to have to trim it off, aren't I? Okay, I'll bring it right to the top. And whoops, slide it over a bit because it's sticking out now. Okay, we'll just trim off all the excess. Oh, gee, I have got glue all over me already. Okay. Right. Make sure this is properly glued. I shouldn't have put so much glue on them. This would have been a handy little snippet, wouldn't it, to use on here. I can't do that now. Oh well. Okay. So that's the inside. Make sure we fold it, get the fold back in. Okay, just need to know where I am. And it needs a little trimming on that side as well. Right, so that's that. Then on this side, so we're going to have that flipping down. So I have got, I wanted to use, now I've got what have I done with it? Got so many bits of paper here now. The one I thought I might like to use, that's too small. Not that one. Yeah, I wanted to use this one, and first of all I think I printed it at 75%, and that wasn't quite big enough. So I've got the option, and this one I think I've done at, or was it, this one was at 90% and that was too big, and the other one wasn't big enough. No, that one was, I ended up losing too much, that's right. So I think I'm going to try and use that. Yeah, I think. Obviously it won't cover the whole thing, but I didn't want to lose too much of this really pretty scene. So I thought as long as that covers the bottom part, we can put something else at the top. I'm just going to trim that off. And again down here. So this one was printed at 75%. Do you know, this is the first time I've ever tried printing things at different sizes. I've never done it before. It's daft. I've been doing it all these years. I've never figured out how to not only print smaller, you know, at so many percent, but also to print multiples on one page. That's the first time I've ever managed to figure that out. Oh, it always takes me a while to catch up with everybody else. I can't print borderless, but I seem to be able to print multiple copies of on one page, so that's handy. Right, let's just see how this fits now. It's not far off. I just thought that was such a pretty scene to have on there. And then I might just take another piece up there like that. And then I might trim. Or I might wrap around. I don't know if it's wide enough to wrap around. Might be able to, just a bit. Yeah. Alright, let's do that. Well, let's glue. Oh no, I might want that to come. Okay, we'll try and find a piece to go over the top. No, the top half. That can just overlap a little bit. Just wondering about this piece. Could try it, couldn't I? Because that would be quite nice up there. Let's have a look. I've been umming and ahhing how to use these papers to make ephemera with. I know I've got ephemera with the kit, but they don't always fit with what I want. And a lot of the time you get some plainer, you know, backing papers or some collagey papers you can use for these kind of things, but you don't with this kit. So I've been figuring out how I can use the papers in a different way, and this is what I've ended up with. So we'll see how it goes. So I'm wondering if I put that up there, would that go? I'm trying to go for something completely different. One of my little angels. I've got even 6 to a page. These are too small, but okay. Just trying to figure out how best to use these, I think. I'm going to try and have her there. Is that going to be? Oh yeah, she will go. She's long enough. I'll put her in the middle, at the side, maybe at the side. Okay, let's figure this out. Just tear her off. Can actually make her a touch shorter. And then I need something else. I could get a bit of book page maybe. just to tone it all down a little bit. Find some bits of book page. This is just scraps. I've got some bigger pieces here. That might work. This might not be long enough, because I managed to punch a flower out the middle of it, didn't I? Yeah, that's not going to be long enough. Okay, let's find another bit. Okay, I've got a piece of book, dictionary here. Is it going to be long enough? Might be. I think I'll trim that off at the top where it's a little bit jaggedy. And see, is that going to go? Yeah. I think I might just take off that green border. I'm not liking this, I'm afraid, sorry. It's too dominant. Which is my favourite little German book. I love these for backing because it's quite small writing. It makes quite a nice background. Oh, it's only just big enough, but ooh, that's not wide enough. Oh no! Struggling with this today. Okay, found some Italian, I think. Right, let's try this, shall we? Make sure it's long enough. Oh, it didn't take me long to get in a complete mess, did it? I was just trying to clear a bit of space. Right. Right, how's that look? That on there. That on there. And then her on there. And I might find a little something to go there too. shut that over that way a little bit, because I don't really want her sitting on top of the church, do I? Okay. A little odd, I have to admit. I'm not sure it's working. What about this piece? Will this work better? I think it would. Okay, change of mind. I think I'm struggling with this backing paper. I think that's part of the problem. It just feels so dark. I think I'm going to use some more of this. I apologise for being indecisive this morning. It'll teach me to come in without much of a plan. Can't tear either. Right, does this look better? Something like that. Yep, I think it does. I think it looks a bit better. Okay. Tear it across there. And down here. I'm going to make it a little wide, and then I'd rather trim it off rather than having it not quite reaching. My tearing is so inaccurate sometimes. I end up never quite having it wide enough. Okay, so I'm going to go like that. I'm going to go like that. Which way round is this supposed to go? I think it's that way. And I'll have her on top like that. Yeah, okay. Do I want it like that? No. Okay, let's do that now. It's taking me a long while, and I haven't even done the complicated bit yet, have I? A little bit on the front. Well, hopefully I've got a few scraps I can use now. Yeah. All right, let's just... push it up. Ooh. Okay, and then we'll pop this here. A little bit of glue on this corner. she can come in. I want to ink around her though. Oops. Okay. Slightly off to the side. Yep, okay, she's all right there. Okay, so that's that. Now I need to leave that to dry before I attempt this piece. So I will decorate the window pocket now. Okay, what can we use for that? Well, we obviously have a few bits of few scraps here and there. So I've got this piece which I could use. Would that go across the bottom? Might do. Is that going to fit? No, it is not. That is a little bit wide, and I think I might. Oh, it's not really long enough. Well, it could be if I have a piece going right across the bottom. I might just pop that there. Okay, we'll do that. Let's not mess about anymore with that piece. Make sure it doesn't go over the fold. Okay. Right, let's see what else we've got. Got any of these double-sided pieces? Now, what about got this piece here with these beautiful baubles, Christmas baubles. How about those? Thing is, they're quite large, so they're going to be a bit lost on there, aren't they? I could. I'll come back to that. Okay, so I've been playing around with these papers. My camera always turns itself off after half an hour, so I took a moment to, let me just double check it's come back on, because I think that's what happened before. When in my last video, when I lost a bit, I think I had pressed the button to turn it on, because I thought it was running, but I don't think it had quite worked, and I didn't realise. That's why you've lost a chunk of the last video when I was doing my pink Christmas journal. Not the last one, because that's the Roxy creation. Sorry, the one before. Anyway, I'll come back to this. So I was trying these different papers, different sizes, and I thought I might be able to just use the top of this, make it look like a little tree. Not sure how it'll work. And also this piece can come off and go across the bottom, I think. So I'm just going to tear it down and we will see what we end up with. So let's see. So I'm going to take a piece off the top as well. So it would come under there, wouldn't it? And I want, right, so I'm going to tear this down. So it's going to be about there. Tear this down about here. Let's see how we go with this. And then I've got this beautiful piece of red that I could use across the bottom. Okay. I don't need it to go all the way across because I just want it to be there. And I'll trim this off. Then we've got this one I thought I could have going down the side. So I'm just constructing a whole new scene here. Right, I'm going to take that down to about there. Whoops. Pop that there. Don't really need all of that, so I'm just going to take that lump off. So that can, okay, so we're going to have that there. Oops. That down the side, and this bit of Christmas tree at the top. So where do I need to trim that? I might just trim that to there. It just looks like a mini Christmas tree, doesn't it? That'll go there. And I think, do I want that to go over the top? No. I need something else there because that looks odd. Okay, another piece of the red. Where's that red? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to ink around these, glue them down, and then I'll be back. And I promise I will. Okay, they're all glued down, and as you can see, I changed my mind about what I was going to put there. It was going to be this piece, I think. Anyway, I think it was that piece. But then I spotted the other piece that was all part of the same picture, and I thought that looked much better there. So now I'm really happy with how that's turned out. Yeah, so all we've got to do now, so that folds around like, oops, let's get this folded back where it needs to be. It's a bit reluctant. Ooh, that piece is coming undone where it's folded around. Just need to put some extra glue down there, I think. Oh, that's wet. I don't think wet would be a good thing. I use a dry one. Oops. This may need some extra reinforcement at some point, but I think we'll stick with it at the moment. let's hope that's going to be okay. But it needed to be folded so we can see how that's going to look. Obviously it's going to be on a page. Then this piece, we'll try folding this now, it's going to fold down here. So what we want to do is to have a piece going over this edge to seal this, because at the moment this is open and untidy looking. So I've been, with all my printing different sizes, I had this piece, this is one of the pages, and it would be quite large, full size. I don't know if I've got a copy of it. Full size, probably not. But you've seen how big these can be. Well, that's what this would be, and it would be vertical. None of the pictures, of course, are normally horizontal, but this one I thought if I printed it small enough it would work on here horizontally, which I think it does. It's just a touch too small, so I think I'm going to, so I had a look at my book pages, and luckily this piece is plain on the back, and I thought that would just be enough, and it's a very similar colour tone, and I could just put that behind it and that would work quite well. So that was a bit of luck. So I'm just going to tear that to size. Not very accurately, let's do it that way. Line it up rather than sticking it on top. Not quite lined up. And then if we put that there, and I will tear it down a little. I might even tear it with my tear ruler. So it has a proper jagged edge, and it would look a bit more interesting around the top there. Let's just do it about there, I think. Have that look. Yeah, that would be better. That can go there. And then I'll just, oops, not with that one. And that will go across the middle there. I turn it up that way. I see I've just, see it keeps doing that. I mustn't put wet wipes on my page, on my table, because now look what it's done. I have to put something to cover that up now. It just discolours the paper, and I keep doing that. So I'm going to just put a little something, put a little bit of trim, I think. Okay, so let me, once again, because otherwise we'll never get on to doing anything with our paper pad, will we? I'm going to ink around these. I'm going to glue them on. Then I'm going to go and have a bit of lunch because it's lunchtime and I'm getting hungry. And then I'm going to come back and see what I can make with that Stamperia paper pad. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I've had my lunch and I finished this off. So I glued everything down as I showed you. I added this little piece of paper, you know, one of those, another piece of that little strip that I had to cover up that little bit of colour. Although by the time I'd inked it, it barely showed that where I'd touched it with the wet wipe. And I added this little tab as well and a thumb notch. So just little finishing touches. And when I turned it back over, I realised how well it went with the rest, with this piece, which is quite lucky. I hadn't really planned it that way at all, because obviously originally I hadn't planned to use this piece. But I think that looks rather good there. I like that, how that goes together. And then on the inside, where I also had a bit of discoloration at the bottom here, I did another little piece of scrap of paper. You'd never know. So there it is. I'm really pleased how it's turned out. So we've got a nice bit of writing space, or I could stick some photos. And this will just be a nice little pocket for something a bit later on. So there we go. I had something sitting on it just to hold this down so it wouldn't keep popping up, just so it would lay flat. So I'm just going to carry on doing that for a bit until that's nice and flat. And let us have a look at this paper pad. So I've got an idea for a pocket. I've been looking through my idea box where I've made things that I've seen over the years that I thought I might want to recreate. And I have found one that I want to try with this that I saw several years ago. And I don't think I've ever made one since. It's not very complicated, but I haven't actually made one. I'm just looking through, see what would work. I need a strip of 6 by 12. So this would be an option. Come across about there. That's definitely an option. I could use this. This is really pretty, but I find the back is a little bit boring, so maybe not right at this moment for this particular project. And the same with this. I like it, but I want it to be have a bit more pop. This has got loads of pop, but I would be very sad to cut into this piece. I'll have to have a think about how I'm going to use this. I'm getting to get an idea what I might use that for. This is a nice piece. I could definitely use that. Oh, I love this page. I love this page. I'm going to use this because this is I think this is the perfect size. It looks like it would work quite well. Let's just have a look. I think this would be okay. So 6 inches. Okay, it takes us to about there. Yep, that would be great. I can use that, and then I've still got all this piece I could use for something else. So that's what I'm going to use. Actually, it'd be quite a tough choice to know which half to use, because I love them both. But I think we'll use this bottom half. Should work, I hope. But if it doesn't, if it's the wrong size, then I'll use the other half. They are the same, aren't they? Yes, they are. Just suddenly thought that one half looked bigger than the other. I think this is a pocket I saw Gail Agostinelli making quite a few years ago. I don't know if she's made one since. Right, so I need to fold it at 4 and 4. Oh, score it at 4 and 4. I just want to see how far across that would take me. I wonder if that would actually be a good use of this. Maybe this one would be better. It's got some nice bits on the inside. Yeah, I think I might use this one after all and find another use for this, because I don't really want to fold it in the middle of the... I suppose it would be okay. Just use quite a lot of it. No, I think... Yeah, I think I'll do it here. Yeah, I think so. Yep. Well, I'm going to score it. Come here, you. Score it at 4 and 4. Score the little scoring tool which lives underneath. Get hold of it. Okay, score it at 4 and 8. Okay. Oh, I'll keep that out to... And I've got my bone folder, haven't I? Let's put that back in there, then I don't keep it together. So then all we have to do is fold that way. I'll fold this one in this way. I think I might need to, yeah, I'm just going to trim this a little tiny bit because it'll catch. That's often the way with these things, isn't it? So I'm just going to trim that a smidge so it doesn't catch on that on the other side. So, nope, the wrong way around. Like that. It's a really simple one, this. I like it though, it's really effective. And I want my punch. So this is going to be a pocket. That goes in like that. That's going to be, well, I will glue it, but then I will probably sew it afterwards. I'll just do I need it to glue down. So I'll try not to over glue. I'll just put a few little dots of glue along here, just to hold it, and along here. Hold it in place. Right. And then here you could do, so I'm going to put a pocket here. So do I use the same paper? I don't want to... There's always a danger of holding this because it's so pretty and then never using it, isn't there? But I wonder about using a piece of that. Yeah, I might cut that off. Trimmer. Right, I'm going to just cut that at just under 4. Piece I can do something with, and I will. I'm determined I'm going to use it for something. So that side or that side, would that look better? Kind of a bit too matchy, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to trim it at the top there. Right, it's just a little bit wide. I want it to just come in a little bit from the edge, and didn't cut that terribly well. Okay, that's better. And let's do matching thumb notch. I hope it's in the middle. Okay, I'm going to stick that there. Whoops. Quick wipe. No, I want the wet one now. Just don't want it anywhere near my paper. Okay. Now, on the other one that I did, following Gail's tutorial, there was a notepad here. And I'm not sure I want a notepad for Christmas. I mean, I'm more likely to use it so if I can put a tag in here, I'm probably going to want to put photos here, so I may just leave that as it is. That is gorgeous. That will just need a bit of decoration, I think. I'm going to try and round the corners. Oh, there it is. And now I think all we need is a bit of something pretty along. So I'm just thinking I will just want it down here, I think, something along here. Because I'm probably going to glue this into the book. And I think what I'll do is I'll glue it on 3 sides so that I've got a side tuck here and then we've got a pocket here. And then we've got loads of space for journaling or photos. Yep, I think that's what I'll do. So let's just find a nice little trimmy bit to go down here. Let's see what I can find. Okay, I've got green and I've got red. I think it's going to have to be red. Got a whole bunch of bits. Actually, I wonder if that would go quite nicely because it's got this kind of polka dots and all sorts of patterns. I think a little bit of check would be quite good on there. And then we just need a bow. Have I got any bows in here? No, this is just trims. I think I've got some red bows somewhere, just one moment. Got these little bows from Hobbycraft. I wonder if they're too small. Let's have a look. Don't really want it on the big thick piece of foam, although it's not too bad. Let's just have a look, because it's only a small piece, isn't it? Is it big enough? I quite like that. It's quite sweet, isn't it? Right, let's take that off for a second, and let's put our bit of ribbon on. No, I think I'll go with the Fabri-Tac. Just for the... There we are. Now, do we want our bow at the top or at the bottom? I think I put it at the top in the end. Okay. Oops. Okay. Now, little bow. I think that's a nice little page pocket, multi-pocket piece there. So we've got a pocket here, and a side tuck here, and then loads of space for putting photos, because the writing can go on the tag or journal card that goes into these, and into the one that goes into the side pocket, and then the rest of the space can be used for photographs. So there we are. That's a nice little quick and easy project. But if you've got pretty paper, it doesn't need to be complicated, does it? So I think that's it for today. I haven't achieved a huge amount, I know, but that's quite normal for me. But we've got 2 really pretty pieces for our patchwork journal, and I've got a few ideas of more pretty things to make for this journal. So we'll be concentrating on pockets for the next little week or 2, or video or 2, should I say. And we'll see when I can get back into the craft room, because, as I say, this week lots of more construction work, or more probably very noisy stuff going on right beneath me in the bathroom. So I may not be able to come back in until the weekend. We'll see. If I can hop back in, I will, and I'll make another video and keep the flow going, because I really want to get on with these journals. So I hope to see you soon. Bye for now.